When Ethan suggested a cooking duel with his girlfriend Mia, he thought it would be a fun way to prove himself. They had been dating for almost a year, and in that time Mia had consistently impressed him in the kitchen. She could whip up a pasta sauce from scratch, season meat perfectly, without measuring, and even bake bread that made their apartment smell like a warm bakery. Ethan, on the other hand, had one specialty: toast. Sometimes even that came out more like charcoal than breakfast. Still, pride is a dangerous thing. One Saturday morning, while sitting at the kitchen table, Ethan smirked and declared, "You know, cooking isn't that hard. I bet I could outcook you if I actually tried." Mia raised an eyebrow, her spoon hovering above her bowl of cereal. "Oh really? Outcook me? You the man who thinks salt is a spicy seasoning?" Ethan puffed up his chest. "Exactly. I've been holding back my true skills. Hidden talent, you know? I just haven't revealed it yet." She laughed so hard she nearly spilled milk on the table. "All right then, Chef Hidden Talent. Let's have a duel. One dish, one winner, no excuses." They shook on it, and the rules were simple. Each of them would prepare something in 1 hour. It didn't have to be fancy, just edible and judged on taste, creativity, and presentation. Mia was already brainstorming ideas, muttering something about pansered salmon and a lemon butter sauce. Ethan, however, had a more unconventional plan. His idea? Reinvent breakfast. Something simple, yet innovative. Something nobody expected, he decided to make. Cereal. But not just cereal. Hot cereal, he thought triumphantly. Like a warm, gourmet twist. Toasted, cooked, elevated cereal. The duel began. Mia moved gracefully in the kitchen, chopping herbs with quick precision, humming as she worked. Her confidence made Ethan nervous, but he pushed ahead, poured cornflakes into a saucepan, added milk, and turned the stove to high. "Cooking is just heating food," he muttered. How hard could this be? At first, the milk bubbled gently, and Ethan grinned, convinced he was onto something brilliant. But soon the bubbles grew, rising like a tidal wave. He stirred frantically with a wooden spoon, but the flakes clumped together into a gluey mass. The smell shifted from sweet to suspiciously smoky. Mia glanced over, wrinkling her nose. "What exactly are you making over there?" Ethan held his chin high. "Gourmet, hot cereal. It's experimental." "You wouldn't understand. Experimental? It smells like regret." She returned to her salmon, clearly enjoying the show. Ethan panicked as the milk boiled over, hissing against the burner. He twisted the heat knob the wrong way, making the flame roar even higher. The flakes darkened, turning from golden brown to a disturbing shade of black. Smoke rose from the pot, setting off the kitchen alarm with a shrill beep beep beep. Mia burst out laughing, fanning the alarm with a dish towel. "You burned cereal. Cereal. It doesn't even need cooking." Ethan grabbed the pot and set it in the sink, where the mixture now resembled a tar pit. He scratched his head, embarrassed but unwilling to admit defeat. It's avant-garde, a bold reinterpretation of breakfast. Very modern. Michelin chefs would call it rustic. Rustic, Mia smirked. That's not rustic, Ethan. That's toxic. She plated her salmon with elegance. Golden fillets topped with glistening lemon sauce, sprinkled with herbs, and served alongside roasted vegetables. The contrast between her dish and Ethan's blackened sludge was so extreme that even he had to laugh. Still, in the spirit of fairness, they tasted both. Mia's salmon was perfection, delicate, flavorful, balanced. Ethan's cereal, well, it crunched like gravel and left a bitter aftertaste that lingered long after the bite. Mia coughed into her napkin, tears of laughter streaming down her face. Ethan admitted, raising his hands in surrender. "You win. Cooking's harder than I thought, you don't say?" She teased, sliding her perfect plate closer to him. "Good thing you're cute, because you're definitely not the chef in this relationship." Ethan grinned, relieved she wasn't actually upset. "Fine, I'll accept my role as designated taste tester. But next time, maybe we duel in something I can actually win at. Like video games." Mia leaned over, kissing him on the cheek. "Deal. But no more cooking duels. I don't think our smoke alarm can handle another round." From then on, the story of the man who burned cereal became a running joke among their friends. Anytime Ethan bragged about anything, Mia would casually add, Yeah, but remember when he set breakfast on fire? And though he groaned every time she brought it up, Ethan secretly didn't mind. After all, in losing the duel, he had won something better. Laughter, memories, and the knowledge that some challenges, especially against Mia in the kitchen, were better left unattempted.